Global stocks take another beating on U.S. bond yield concerns. Stock markets around the world took another pummeling Monday as investors continued to fret over rising U.S. bond yields. Keeping score, in Europe, Britain's FTSE 100 lost 1.4% to 7,343 while France's CAC 40 slid 1.4% to 5,288. Germany's DAX shed 1% to 12,654. Wall Street was poised to open lower with Dow futures and the broader S&P 500 futures down 1%. Most popular. Carranza's management plan violates Houston ISD's own policy. Love story, daughter of Valoni restaurant royalty finds the chef Paul Key faces trial. Houston diners face a choice. Rockets could trade for depth as insurance against injuries. Philadelphia fans aren't happy with Chris Collinsworth. Thrice flooded Maryland synagogue closes as search for hire. After Harvey's floods, Friendswood will allow residents to. Wall Street's lead. Market jitters have spread after last week's performance in U.S. stock markets, when they endured their worst week in 2 years amid worries over rising Treasury yields. Fears of a sharp drop have ratcheted higher after 2017's strong performance carried over into January. An upbeat U.S. jobs report showing higher than expected wage growth was the catalyst for the latest sharp sell-off on Friday, further stoking speculation the Federal Reserve will need to raise interest rates faster than expected to counter inflation. Higher bond yields make it more expensive for companies to borrow and potentially depresses the U.S. economy and earnings. They also can make bonds more attractive to investors than stocks. Market Insight: we've seen a sharp increase in U.S. bond yields over the last week after the Federal Reserve released a more hawkish than expected statement, on Wednesday, alongside its monetary policy decision, and the jobs data reported a significant increase in earnings, said Craig Erlam, senior market analyst at Owen Daw in London. Markets now have 3 rate hikes this year, more than 50% priced in, and some people are even anticipating a 4th, which is unusually ahead of current Fed forecasts. The latest: EU warns UK on impact of exiting customs unions. This photo provided by the Syrian anti-government activist group, Ghouta Media Center, GMC, which has been authenticated based on its contents and other AP reporting, shows an injured boy receiving treatment at a hospital in Hayza in eastern Ghouta, the only remaining rebel stronghold near the capital, Damascus, Syria, Monday, February 5, 2018. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights says waves of airstrikes hit at least 5 neighborhoods in the eastern Ghouta suburb. Ghouta Media Center via AP: the latest: Syria rebels shell capital, 1 killed. Marie Collins, a member of the Pope's Sex Abuse Commission, hands a letter to Cardinal Sean O'Malley detailing the abuse of Juan Carlos Cruz and a cover-up by Chilean church authorities, at the Doma Santa Marta on April 12, 2015. Commission members and Cruz say O'Malley later confirmed he gave the letter to Pope Francis, contradicting the Pope's recent insistence that no victims had come forward. Catherine Bonnet via AP exclusive: 2015 letter belies Pope's claim of ignorance in this late Sunday, February 4, 2018 photo: Maldivian opposition supporters shout slogans during a protest as they urge the government to obey a Supreme Court order to release and retry political prisoners, including an ex-president in Maldives. The political crisis in the Maldives deepened Monday, as the government of the island nation said it would not obey a Supreme Court order to free a group of imprisoned opposition leaders. Placards in Dive-High language from left to right read: "Protect the citizens, carry out the Supreme Court's order, free political prisoners and to uphold justice." The latest: Maldives government declares state of emergency. EU trade negotiator Michel Barnier warns that the time has come. EU trade negotiator Michel Barnier warns UK that leaving customs. German coalition talks. Also weighing on confidence was the failure of prospective partners in Germany's new government to nail down a coalition deal. It remained unclear whether they would clinch an agreement before the day is over. Chancellor Angela Merkel's Conservative Union bloc and the center-left Social Democrats originally set a Sunday deadline to wrap up talks on extending their alliance of the past 4 years, but budgeted 2 extra days as a precaution when formal negotiations started January 26. Still on the table are 2 points that are important to the Social Democrats: curbing the use of temporary work contracts and trying to narrow differences between Germany's public and private health insurance systems. Asia's Day, Japan's benchmark Nikkei 225 tumbled 2.6% to 22,682.08, and South Korea's Kospi shed 1.3% to 2,491.75. Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index sank 1.1% to 32,245.22, and Australia's S&P/ASX 200 lost 1.6% to 6,026.20. Benchmarks in Taiwan and Southeast Asia also lost ground. Only mainland Chinese shares showed signs of life, with the Shanghai Composite reversing early losses to climb 0.7% to 3,487.50. Energy, oil futures extended losses. Benchmark U.S. crude slid 57 cents to $64.88 a barrel in electronic trading on the New York Mercantile Exchange. Brent crude, used to price international oils, fell 86 cents to $67.72 a barrel in London. Currencies: the euro fell 0.2% to $1.2440, while the dollar was 0.3% lower at 109.83 yen.